Good day, traders. Hope you guys are good and welcome to this week's segment of our weekly market breakdowns. Now, without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. As you can see right now, we're in a downtrend with the market printing consecutive lower highs and lower lows, right? Currently, though, the market recently hit this monthly demand. So we have monthly demand in control, and now we are approaching supply. So how I can make sense of this whole thing, remember a few weeks and even months ago, we got this strong impulsive movement to the downside, breaking structure. And the strong movement left an imbalance right here. So what I had said about this was that the market was supposed to consolidate away from this level, right? After consolidating away, we're going to see a retest to this. And the market has also incentive to retest this level of supply because of this imbalance over here. So right now, we have this consolidation away, and this is month end. So I believe that maybe in the next month, we're going to see bullish pressure going into the zone. And after this bullish pressure, then we can have we can have a reversal, right? And a continuation of the downtrend. So that's what we talked about last week. And this is what I'm seeing right now. So let's go to the lower time frame to see if we can't catch an entry. If we go to the lower time frame, you'll see that we had this drop to the downside, and then we had liquidity over here. The market grabbed liquidity and then is changing sentiment, right? So as you can see, I mean, if you remember what we saw in the higher time frame, we know that this grab of liquidity was to go to a higher time frame demand zone, right? So it took out people who were selling and then went into a higher time frame demand zone and then used that liquidity to change sentiment, right? So what I can say about that is that we have, like I said, incentive to go into this level over here, which is our weekly zone. And then if we can break through this candlestick, this right here will be confirmed as a level of demand. But for now, it's not confirmed, right? What we're looking for, especially on the lower timeframes, when higher timeframes are in control, we're looking for a change of sentiment, number one. And we're also looking for a break of structure. So that's what I'm looking for, especially on the daily. Let's go to the daily. When you go to the daily, you'll see that change of sentiment that I was looking for, right? So it's confirmed that we should be buying, right? And right now, I'm looking to buy from this level right here, the source of this imbalance right here. So what I think might happen is I think the market might find some form of resistance from this opposing level of supply. And if that holds, then either will find mitigation from this failed supply, or the market will retest this order block. So what I think, or what I expect right now, is a consolidation away from this level right here, and then a retest towards this, and then I'm buying and taking profits on this next level. So I would say my position is like this, but we definitely going to the upside, especially because even if you look at how the market went to the upside, we initially had this first pressure, bullish pressure, and then we had this consolidation or a correction, right? And then we had another strong push to the upside that took out this opposing supply. So right now, I'm just waiting for the market to confirm the supply, this demand zone, by retesting it with a strong candlestick. But yeah, that's my sentiment on Euro AUD. Let's move on to another pair. So with AUDCAD, remember what we're seeing. We're seeing this change of sentiment and this movement towards the downside, right? So we have a clear break of structure right here, and then price went up with a strong impulsive movement, breaking previous structure, right? But now we have this strong impulsive movement going towards the downside. So what do I make of what's happening right here? I think that price was going up, right? And it was basically generating liquidity. And after generating that liquidity, we had this induction going into this demand level, supply level. Now we are going towards the downside. I'm looking to take profit at this area of liquidity right here, right? So do I still believe that the market will go all the way up? I'm not really sure. And let's go to the monthly so that I can show you guys why I don't think the market will go all the way up. So we formed this sort of like order block type pattern. So the market was supposed to consolidate away from this level with one candlestick before going up, but then the market didn't wait for one candlestick. So how do I explain this? The ideal pattern, right, is a strong impulsive candlestick, then one candlestick, at least one consolidating away before you get a drop. Now, if you get a strong impulsive movement and then the next candlestick going down immediately, it means that zone has been invalidated. You get what I mean? That's why I said I don't think that price will still go all the way towards the upside, because that candlestick was supposed to confirm whatever it is that we were seeing. That is the change of sentiment. But then now it doesn't look like that. In actual fact, if you look at it from another perspective, we had a break of structure right here, and now we had this breaker block right here that the market is retesting, right? Remember, this is our area of liquidity. So depending on how the market responds to this level over here, I will then see if the market goes all the way to this upside to retest this supply. Because a Quasimodo pattern or some sort of pattern could be forming. You get what I mean? But for now, what are we seeing? We are seeing that the market is going towards the downside. And then we don't have any imbalance to fill, so price might even go all the way to this downside because this is our area of liquidity. So going back to the weekly, that's what I see. We also have imbalances over here, of which I think the market will tap into at least one, fill some of the orders before we can continue to the downside, right? So I was expecting a temporary short towards the downside. So I was able to take advantage of this movement right here, but only took profits on the zone as I didn't think that price would break through this level, right? Now we have this break of this thing, meaning that this zone over here has been confirmed. And then we have a change of character here. So the difference between a break of structure and a change of character is that a change of character is a break of internal structure, right? The trend that exists within a trend. A break of structure is then break off the overall structure. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll create another video talking specifically about these things. So remember, we have these imbalances over here. And what I'm currently waiting for is a consolidation away. Remember, I explained how it's supposed to look. And then if we can at least retest the zone and then take profit at this next level. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I see on AUDCAD. We had a retest to that trend line. Now we formed this impulsive movement. Now we're waiting for a correction. So going towards the upside, I expect a young correction. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, but yeah, an induction going towards the upside. If we get an induction in a form of slow moving candlesticks, then it will be a sign that once the market goes into an institutional level, we get a strong push towards the downside. Let's move on to another pair. So with Nasdaq, you can see that we were in this uptrend, right? And then we had a change of sentiment with this failure swing right here, the market dropping. And now we're in sort of like a correction, but like a consolidation phase, because it's a correction of this uptrend. So the market might break previous structure and continue to the downside, or the market might play around and actually change sentiment, right? What I wanted to show you guys is our zones. So we have this daily zone right here that is in control. You get what I mean? Now, the reason why it might not hold is because it's not aligned with the trend. That's point number one. And then point number two, we have a low profit margin. And how we measure profit margin, I think I explained it in how to find the best supply demand areas. So if you look at that view, I explained exactly how you determine profit margin, right? And then we have this induction over here. And we also have this area of liquidity, right? Now, we would have said that like this was our demand zone, but the problem is, unlike this one right here, there is no strong departure, there is no imbalance. You get what I mean? So yeah, but like, even if we see it as a zone, it's a low probability zone, right? One other thing that I want us to talk about is this area of liquidity at the resting below this. So out of all the points that I've mentioned, you can see that there's gang incentive to take out this zone. And then if we take out this zone successfully, the zone right here will be confirmed, right? So let's also grade that zone. Apart from it having strong departures and all of that, my problem with it is that there's immediate liquidity resting on that zone. So that zone has formed on an area where there's immediate liquidity in a form of equal highs. So there's incentive to take out that zone and maybe tap into the zone right here, right? So these are the two zones that I should be looking at, or that I would be looking at. Other than that, there's also liquidity here, right? But then we'll get to those when the time comes. For now though, if we zoom in, this is what I'm seeing. So in the meantime, I'm expecting the market to indeed break through this area, maybe tap into this liquidity, and then go to this level, and then give us an order or give us a trade, right? So if we go to the lower time frames, you'll see that we have a break of structure, right? You have a break of structure, and then you have a strong imbalance right here that the market hasn't taken out. So there is incentive for markets to come back, retest these levels before continuing down, right? This is our 4-hour zone. So this is our opposing zone. Not really sure if it's gonna hold or not, but it's nested within that daily zone that I said was a low probability zone, right? And also like going towards that zone, we also have these imbalances, right? So there's a lot of orders that the market has to take out. I'm assuming that because it's Monday, there's a lot of induction. We know that Monday is an induction day. So I'm waiting for these zones to manipulate, right? And then if we can get the manipulation, then we can anticipate the move towards that. We'll have moments of bullish momentum and then moments of bearish momentum. But in our group, right, in our VIP group, we monitor this, right? And actually, Nasdaq is one of the pairs that we have been trading actively for a while now. So if you want to trade Nasdaq with us, make sure that you hit me up using our Telegram link below, and then I'll get you connected. For now, that's all I have for you guys. Have a blessed week. We'll see each other in the next video. Peace.